Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Day Recap for Friday, March the 6th, 2026, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, technology, crypto, currencies, and commodities. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Major U.S. indexes closed down today. The S&P 500 index fell to 6,738.15, losing 92.57 points. Dow 30 index decreased by 453.21 points to 47,501.54, while Nasdaq Composite Index dropped by 1.5% to 22,387.68. Both S&P 400 Midcap Index and Russell 2000 Index also fell by 2.3%. Market breadth was negative across the board with more decliners than advancers. Only 145 stocks advanced in the S&P 500 Index, compared to 345 decliners. Dow 30 Index saw 22 stocks declining versus only 8 advancing. This trend was mirrored in both S&P 400 Midcap Index and Russell 2000 Index. Looking at total and daily returns, the Dow 30 Index posted a weekly loss of 3.01%, while S&P 500 Index trended downwards by 2.05%. Despite general declines, S&P 400 Midcap Index managed a year-to-date return of 3.18%, the highest among major indexes. The energy sector was a standout, gaining 1.9 points to close at 863.41, marking 2 consecutive days of upward movement. Despite some downward volatility, it maintained a very strong positive trend. By contrast, consumer defensive rose slightly by 0.29%, closing at 953.88. Technology and consumer cyclical sectors underperformed today. Consumer cyclical dropped 36.51 points to 1,828, while technology lost 100.24 points, closing at 5,346.4. Despite its negative close, financial services recently broke out after 4 days of being flat. Positive performances were seen globally. China advanced by 0.54 points to 56.72, despite a very strong negative trend. South Korea closed up at 126.67, and Norway showed a very strong positive trend, rising to 34.46. Despite a rough start, South Korea showed remarkable recovery year-to-date, with returns of 30.3%. Norway and Hong Kong posted year-to-date returns of 19.73% and 9.04% respectively, highlighting resilient market trends. The technology sector faced a challenging day as all major players ended lower. Apple closed at 257.46, down 2.83, marking its 4th consecutive decline amid a strong negative trend. Alphabet, closing at 298.30, experienced some downward volatility, closing down for the 5th day. Amazon saw a significant hit, dropping 5.82 to close at 213.12, affected by a mixed negative but slightly sideways movement. Meta Platforms and Nvidia also closed down, with Meta at 644.86, losing 15.71, and Nvidia at 177.88, down by 5.45. Meta is on a strong negative trend, while Nvidia follows a negative trend.
Checking out crypto, I'm Timothy Satoshi. Bitcoin is at 68,064.26, down 2,823.34, marking a 3.9% decrease today. The trend shows mixed negative movement. Ethereum follows a similar path, losing 4.7% to stand at 1,974.64, with a very strong negative trend. BNB fell 3%, reaching 628.43, continuing its negative slide. Solana, at 84.47, experienced a 4.8% fall after sideways movements broke downward. Lastly, Dogecoin decreased by 2.9%, priced at 0.0909, maintaining a very strong negative trend. Turning to returns, Bitcoin still shows some positive movement with a week-to-date return of 3.49%. However, the year-to-date figure remains low at -22.21%. Ethereum exhibits a similar pattern, gaining 1.8% this week, but losing 33.44% year-to-date. BNB also displays positive growth for the week at 1.67%, yet suffers a 27.24% drop this year. Solana shows 1.04% weekly gain, though down 32.13% for the year. Meanwhile, Dogecoin struggles with negative weekly returns of -1.1%, accumulating a yearly decline of 22.52%.
For a look at foreign exchange, I'm Victoria Cashmore. The US dollar against the euro is currently trading at 0.8608, slightly down by 0.0004. It maintains a strong positive trend with notable upward volatility over the past 6 days, indicating ongoing fluctuation. Against British pound, the greenback stands at 0.7464, down by a more substantial 0.0022 amid mixed positive trends. Meanwhile, the USD against Japanese yen is up today, trading at 157.8480, with a very strong positive trend, climbing for the second day in a row. The USD-Swiss franc pair shows a decline to 0.7764, with a mixed negative trend. Finally, USD versus Australian dollar trades at 1.4230, down by 0.0036, with very strong volatility over recent days.
I'm Max Profit, along with our AI hosts Timothy Satoshi and Victoria Cashmore. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check in weekdays after 4 p.m. New York time for daily market reports with in-depth stock, index, sector, crypto, currency, and commodity coverage. Thanks for watching.